Here's everything that will be changing on my IMCA hobby stock for next year that was not on the car this year. So to start it all off, this is different, as you can see. Floor is different, whole new fresh floor there. Fresh firewall that comes down. This part actually slides down on top of this one, so you get a nice clean seal around these pipes here. The brakes are going to be different because all we're going to have is like a tab right in here that's going to run over with a hose, so we don't have a long one from, back here coming up here again. And then we're going to have the lines come down here, run along inside of this rail, come along behind the back underneath there to go up to the other side. And then for the rear brake lines, we're all just going to run it tucked inside this rail right here, just so it's nice, clean and out of the way and you don't have to worry about it. Then, as you can probably tell, we're getting a new dash in it. I think I'm just going to do a white aluminum dash. I'm going to get a new gauge cluster because, geez, I don't like these ones. I've never been a fan of them. Probably going to go through and get some actual fancy ones, like some all-star ones or something like that, just because, I don't know, I want it bougie. So then the roof will be changing because this will be white instead of, the kind of yellow, whatever we got going on here. It was blue, if you remember in some of the old videos, but we're changing it to white because I think it's kind of ugly, if I'm honest, but that's just me. Then the rear bumper will be changing because that's not the way that, we did not like it the way that it was. That's all I'm going to say. Then also fuel pump change, not the fuel pump, I mean the fuel cell, sorry. It got repainted and stuff, got some actual bolts in there besides what was on there. New cap, that looks so much better than what it was. And then to top it all off, we'll be getting brand new coat of paint on this thing. It'll be a nice purple. Now you may be wondering, why purple? And to be honest, I can't say I know why either. I've always liked the color, and my dad had it on one of his cars, one of his old hobby stocks, and you never really see cars purple anymore. It's all black, and you got to spice it up. Now you're just looking at it, just imagine, just close your eyes, just imagine the car purple. I think it'd look pretty nice if you ask me. I'm going to go purple with a white dash. It's going to have a white body on it. All the fittings and stuff I'm going to try to have black. And then that should be everything that is changing on the car. I don't think that there is anything else. We're not going to do any major changes. Everything's going to stay pretty much the same as what we had it last year, except probably everything in here is going to stay nice and tidy, and we're just going to have all the fittings on the firewall and everything because that's going to be a lot cleaner than what was on there. Then we're getting a new master cylinder because this one's kind of old and wrinkly and needs to be a new one. Then we're going to have to get 4 new calipers because we got a floater in this thing now. And then that should be all of the major changes coming onto this thing. I'm honestly so excited to see how it turns out for the 2026 season, so follow along to see how it turns out.